Do you know how to say you in Japanese? If you think it's just ANATA, well, not quite. Actually, native Japanese speakers don't use it very often. There are much better and more natural way to say you. So stick around until the end of this video and I'll show you all of them. Alright. Hey, it's Tetsu. In English, you is one-size-fits-all pronoun. Whether you're talking to a friend, or teacher, or a child, or a CEO, you stay the same. It's neutral and works in almost any situation, right? In Japanese though, there isn't a single neutral word for you. In fact, people often avoid second-person pronouns altogether if they can help it. Instead, they lean on context or choose from different words, each carrying its own mix of politeness, familiarity, or a roughness to address someone. In this lesson, we go through 7 common ways to say you in Japanese. From super polite to downright anime level rude. We compare them with how English uses you. Talk about who uses each term and look at examples, including a few from my own experiences, so you can really feel the nuance. Alright, let's get started. Just before we continue, one of the most helpful things I offer is a trial lesson, and I want to show you exactly what you'll get. Booking takes less than a minute, just pick a time that works for you and confirm. In the trial, we usually practice speaking and talk about any questions you have about learning Japanese. And if you're interested, I also share a bit about my private lessons, where we use slides and different methods to not just understand Japanese, but actually use it in real life. If you're ready to make real progress, check the links in the description and book your trial lesson today. Easiest and honestly most common move in Japanese is just not saying you at all. If it's clear who or what you're talking about, people simply drop the subject. That might sound strange to English speakers since English needs subjects like I or you, but in Japanese it's totally normal. There's no grammatical need to include you when everyone already knows who is being discussed. Even I, watashi, often gets left out when context makes it obvious. Who does it use? Everyone, from kids to CEOs. It's just how the language flows. For your self-introduction, you don't need to keep repeating I or you all the time. Alright? For example, 僕は哲です。昔野球をしていました。今はジムによく行っています。I'm Tetsu. I used to play baseball. Now I go to the gym a lot. See, after the first line, I'm not explicitly saying I, but it's obvious. Same when you're talking to someone. If it's clear you mean them, you don't have to keep saying their name or you. Japanese terms what's unnecessary, which actually makes conversation feel more natural. Alright? Example, when your friends say, 俺、昨日鬼滅の映画見に行ったんだけど、いや、マジやばかったんだよね。I went to see a Demon Slayer movie yesterday, and it was seriously awesome. And you say, え、昨日鬼滅見たの？やばいいな。で、どうだった？ Wait, you watched Demon Slayer yesterday? No way, lucky you. So, how was it? No one says you, but meaning is perfectly clear. In English, you'd probably say you, but in Japanese, leaving it out keeps things smooth. Alright? The second one is use the person's name plus honorific. If skipping you is the easiest, then name plus honorific. It's the safest and most common way to address someone. It's respectful and clear and honestly. It just feels nice when someone uses your name. Highly recommend this as your default. Who uses this? Everyone, in school, at work, in shops. Because it's polite and natural, in more formal situations, like customer service, using a name or a title is preferred over ANATA, which can feel impersonal, right? So common honorifics are be like this. San. San is polite, gender neutral, and universally respectful. For example, 田中さん出身はどちらですか? Tanaka-san, where are you from originally? Sama, very formal for customers, highly respected and superiors. For example, いらっしゃいませ。お客様は何名ですか? Honored customer, how many people are in your party? Kun, friendly, typically for boys, young men, also used by superiors or teachers. My nursery teacher used to greet me with 哲くんおはようございます or cham, cute, affectionate. For kids, pet, close friends, or sweethearts. 葵ちゃん、今日のドレスすごく可愛いね。For pets too. 可愛いワンちゃんですね。名前はルクちゃん。可愛い名前ですね。Titles instead of names. Using roles shows respect, such as Tetsu sensei or Yamada Kyoju or Tanaka Shacho. Let's talk about ANATA. Probably the first you learners encounter. On the surface, it's standard second person pronouns and looks polite neutral. So using textbooks, ads, and speeches, where the audience isn't personally known. Who use it? Ads, books, speeches, talking to the reader. Some older married couples lovingly like dear or honey. For example, あなた今日は何時に帰ってくるの? But if you do know someone's name, dropping an あなた can feel distant or even a bit condescending. Imagine you're both a bit annoyed. あなたが昨日鍵を閉め忘れたんですよね. The certain あなた instead of you name feels very, very cold.Right. For me, I almost never use ANATA in my daily life. I'll either leave you out or use the person's name, but I still hear in formal settings and see it in writing. And my friend's grandmother still uses it sweetly to her husband, very traditionally and nostalgic. So use ANATA when you truly don't know someone's name or if you want that polite textbook tone. Otherwise, go name plus san or just omit here.Alright, next up, kimi. Casual, familiar, and often used by men. Women might use it with kids or juniors. It's softer than omae, but still informal. So don't toss it at your boss or a total stranger, okay? Some people also feel it has a slightly old-fashioned or top-down vibe if used wrong. How it sounds in the wild. Kimi genki, you doing great?My high school teacher used to pep us up with 君たちならできる. You guys can do it. Warm and encouraging. You'll also hear kimi in music, poetry, and anime, giving a nostalgic or romantic feel. Think 君の名は your name. It can come off as tender, even poetic. Okay? Anta is like a casual, sometimes snappy version of ANATA. Anyone can use it. But you'll often hear from women,especially when a little irritated or playful teasing. For example, あんたまだゲームやってんの? You playing games again? Or あんたまさか彼のこと好きなんじゃないでしょうね? Hey, don't tell me you like him, right? The tone decides everything. It can lead as an affectionate or as cut it out. It shows up a lot in dramas and anime. Classic tsundere anta. With strangers or elder, it can feel rude, so save up for close relationship where bluntness is okay. Now for rough one, omae. If kimi is casual friendly, omae is several notches rougher, blunt and potentially rude. Among close male friends, though, it can be normal and even affectionate in a teasing way. Example, お前また寝坊したの? Dude, you overslept again? Or joking prize, お前マジ最高だな. You're seriously the best. But don't use omae with elders, bosses, or strangers. That's extremely disrespectful. It's also why anime loves it. It sounds macho and confrontational. おいお前、覚悟はいいか? Hey you, are you ready for this? So yeah, fine with close buddies who are cool with that tone, but it's risky everywhere else. Finally, the big guns, temee and kisama. These are basically verbal punches. Great for anime and samurai dramas, terrible for real-life small talk. temee, an extremely rough, angry you. Historical from temae or temee. ふざけんなよ. You. Knock it off. Kisama looks respectful in kanji, but today it's hostile and insulting. Kisama konero, you bastard. You'll hear hot-headed characters like Jotaro or Vegeta toss these around, but in real life, I basically never hear them, and that's good thing. Know them for listening. Don't use them unless you're acting, okay? Final tips. Politeness and context are everything. When in doubt, leave it out. Skipping you is supernaturals in Japanese. Default to name plus san. It's polite, personal, and very clear. Match the vibes to the relationship. Kimi, omae, ANATA are casual. Only use them if the relationships really fit. temee, kisama, anime only. Recognize? Don't say it. Respect hierarchy. Age status matters a lot. And train your ear. Watch dramas or slice of life anime and pay attention to when people omit you or drops a kimi or omae. The more you hear, the more natural you'll feel. Japanese pronouns can be tricky at first, but don't swear. There's no perfect one-to-one for you. The context is king. Keep these in mind and maybe remember lines like omae mada nebo shita no? Or Vegeta's kisama. And you'll navigate it just fine, alright? Okay, that's it for today's lessons. Thank you for watching guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.